Three backup quarterbacks are sitting on rosters right now, waiting patiently for their moment. But what if their real opportunity isn't with their current team at all? What if 2026 is simply the audition tape they need to land a starting job somewhere completely different in 2027? Let's break down three backup quarterbacks who could be wearing a brand new uniform next season, and why each one has a legitimate case to become a starter elsewhere. Let's start with Mac Jones, because his comeback story might be the most impressive of the three. Jones already went through the difficult part of rebuilding his career. After completely flaming out during his time in New England, and then spending a forgettable season in Jacksonville, Jones finally found new life under head coach Kyle Shanahan with the San Francisco 49ers. When starter Brock Purdy went down with an injury in 2025, Jones stepped in and actually delivered. He went 5-3 as the starter, throwing for over 2,000 yards and 13 touchdowns across 11 appearances. That's not a fluke stretch, that's a legitimate proof of concept. Here's the catch, though. Jones is still firmly stuck behind Purdy on the depth chart, and honestly, that's not changing anytime soon. He's scheduled to become an unrestricted free agent after this season, and he's already acknowledged that a new contract is on his mind. Sound familiar? This is almost the exact same path Sam Darnold took after rebuilding his own reputation under Shanahan's system before landing a starting opportunity elsewhere. If Jones puts together another strong appearance or two this season, he could become one of the most experienced and attractive quarterback options available to teams desperate for a starter heading into 2027. Next, let's talk about a name with a completely different skill set, Joe Milton III. Let's be clear, Milton is not walking into Dallas and taking the job from Dak Prescott. That's not happening. But his path to becoming a starter runs straight through another city entirely. What makes Milton so intriguing? He owns one of the strongest arms in the entire NFL. The problem has always been accuracy and decision-making, concerns that followed him all the way from college. But his recent preseason performances suggest those rough edges might finally be smoothing out. In his first preseason appearance, Milton completed 12 of 15 passes for 107 yards and a touchdown. Then he followed that up with a jaw-dropping 53-yard touchdown connection against the Arizona Cardinals. Dallas actually acquired Milton from the New England Patriots for just a fifth-round pick before the 2025 season, a relatively low-cost gamble at the time. But if he locks down the backup job and keeps showing improved control as the season progresses, the Cowboys could start fielding trade calls from teams looking for a cheap quarterback with enormous physical upside. Keep in mind, Milton is still under contract beyond this season, so he can't simply walk into free agency. Any move would require a trade, meaning some team has to fully believe that arm talent is finally connected to real quarterback instincts. Every explosive deep completion he throws makes that gamble easier for another franchise to justify. Finally, let's talk about the most experienced name on this list, Mason Rudolph. Now, nobody's throwing a parade for Rudolph. He's not going to wow anyone with flashy highlight reels, but he could absolutely become an affordable, reliable solution for a team that simply can't find a true franchise quarterback. Rudolph has made 19 career starts, posting a record of 9 wins, 9 losses, and 1 tie. And Steelers fans certainly remember what he did back in 2023, rescuing Pittsburgh's season by winning 3 straight games and helping guide the team into the playoffs. Rudolph returned to Pittsburgh on a 2-year contract in 2025, currently positioned as the backup behind Aaron Rodgers once again. But with young prospects Drew Aller and Will Howard waiting in the wings behind him, it's pretty clear the Steelers don't view Rudolph as their long-term answer at quarterback. Another franchise, however, might see things very differently. Rudolph has completed 64.4% of his career passes, throwing 30 touchdowns against 22 interceptions. Those numbers aren't spectacular by any means, but respectable, mistake-free quarterback play becomes incredibly attractive when the alternative is an unprepared rookie or a washed-up veteran on his 3rd or 4th team. So here's how it breaks down. Mac Jones offers the strongest overall resume and recent proof of success. Joe Milton brings the highest ceiling and most exciting physical tools. And Mason Rudolph represents the safe, dependable fallback option. All 3 of these quarterbacks could realistically be wearing completely different uniforms by 2027, finally getting starting opportunities their current teams simply can't offer them. So here's my question for you. Out of these 3 quarterbacks, who do you think actually earns a starting job elsewhere first? Drop your prediction in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more NFL news and analysis. See you in the next one.